Well, hi Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. If you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Here we go for Cancers. What can you expect? Wow, Wheel of Fortune. Cancers. Okay, the overall energy of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Yay! Okay, this is a good time to bring it up. While I'm reading these cards, I'm reading these cards during the full pink moon time, okay? So the full pink moon was just yesterday. So the energy is still around, and that is a time of change, a big time of change. It's huge. If you look at it on YouTube, you can find lots of people talking about the full pink moon. So the Wheel of Fortune is, things are changing. The universe is in control. These are things changing that are out of your power, so to speak. But they're moving forward and moving towards your better. This is a beautiful card to have surrounding your entire reading. So up here in your highest energy is the Hierophant. This is the card for Taurus. Taurus might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But mostly what it signifies is traditional values, traditional morals. It's very spiritual. It can signify commitment. It can signify marriage. But it's in a traditional sense. So this is up here in your highest energy. It's right next to the Six of Cups, which is a card in the deck for a soulmate. Now, this soulmate you might have known since childhood, teenage years, or even before. But you've definitely known this soulmates in a previous life. So when you look into their eyes, that is the connection that you feel, that you already know them, okay? Whether or not you've known them, you know, in teenage years or whenever, when you were children, you have definitely known them in another life. That's the connection. This is a very sweet card. One of the soulmates is offering the other a cup of love with a flower in it. Very sweet, right next to the Hierophant. Now, is this connection going to turn into a commitment, or it may be already committed? Next to the Six of Cups is the Queen of Wands. Fire. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But what's most important is that staff that the Queen of Wands is holding on to, male or female. That's a staff of new beginnings and fresh starts. I feel like the wheel is turning here to move a relationship, a soulmate relationship, into a next level here towards commitment. So let's read on. The Knight of Wands is under the Hierophant. So we just read the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands ready for a fresh start, new beginning. The Knight of Wands is probably the energy how this relationship began, with someone who ran in and out of your life with passion, male or female. And it's changing. Things are changing. This Knight of Wands is right next to the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is, it's like gathers everything up on its path, you know, sort of like a snowball running downhill. So it's pulling the Knight of Wands with it. And the Knight of Wands is attached to this commitment, this traditional sense of a relationship. Things are changing, like I said. Right next to the Wheel of Fortune is the Two of Pentacles. So this is under the Queen of Wands, holding on to that staff of new beginnings, fresh starts. Right next to the Wheel of Fortune, the universe moving you forward in a direction that's for your better. And it's not just moving you, it's pulling the soulmate along with it. It's pulling the soulmate. This is a soulmate, male or female. There's some confusion involved here of the security, the stability, and the groundedness of this relationship. The wheel is going to try to pull you past that confusion, because this in and out energy is very confusing. And it's like one day there's high hopes that this is going to turn into something more grounded and long lasting. And the next day it's like, no, I don't think this is ever going to work. And it's sort of like a roller coaster ride. You can see the waves in the background. Ships are bouncing around on the ocean. And that's the energy that comes from this card. So you're ready to move forward with your soulmate, but there's some confusion associated with it because of the way the Knight of Wands, the way their energy was in this relationship. Full pink moon, things are changing. Under the Knight of Wands is the Three of Wands. This is holding on to a staff, look, of new beginnings, just like right up here. And looking out there over the world. There's 3 ships out there. There's a couple ships here in all this confusion. You're wondering if this Knight of Wands is your ship that has come in. So you're wondering if your ship is still out there or if this is your ship. That's part of your confusion here. This Three of Wands, right under the Knight of Wands energy, is next to the Seven of Swords. This is under the Wheel of Fortune. This is changing. It's pulling this energy away. This is deceitful energy. It's like hiding things. That's usually what the Knight of Wands does, is there's a reason they run in and out of your life. They either just take the love and they don't give it, they just take and run, or they come in and they leave because there might be something that they're hiding. They're keeping away from you, okay, that you don't know about. The Wheel of Fortune is causing this huge change to happen right here. That Seven of Swords is right next to the Lovers. This is the card for Gemini, by the way. Gemini might be strong in your chart, might be strong around this reading someplace. So, Cancers. This is a soulmate connection. We got the soulmate connection here, very sweet, very loving. They do have true feelings for you. You were not only soulmates in another life, you were divine soulmates. You were lovers in another life. That is the connection that you feel when you look into each other's eyes. That is what is pulling you two together. So, look at the guardian angels, spirit guides. They're trying to say, like, the two of you already know each other. The two of you are like one. You might even be twin flames. But there's confusion. So this confusion looms over this connection. But the Wheel of Fortune surrounds this entire reading. We cannot forget that. This Wheel of Fortune has the power over this entire reading. And things are changing. Let's take out the second half of this reading. More for our Cancers. What else do you need to know? Okay, Cancers. Up here on your highest energy line is the Five of Cups. So yeah, you're disappointed in your soulmate's actions, because the Knight of Wands is all about action, you know. You're disappointed. You've been disappointed before in love, and you're kind of, as part of your confusion here, is you're thinking that this relationship just might fall apart. Okay, so you're feeling disappointed, disillusioned. Might be a little depressed over this, because you know, Knight of Wands has a tendency to run in and out of your life. But I call this the card of hope, because there's 2 cups behind this figure, and this figure, all they have to do is turn around and see the full cups. And it seems to me the full cups are in the picture, and that's what the wheel is busy doing. getting you to turn around, getting them to turn around, getting them to stay put for a change. We have the Two of Cups right next to the Five of Cups. See those 2 cups I was just talking about? Here you are with your soulmate. This is another soulmate card. And this is being best friends and lovers. So there's those 2 cups. It's like you each pick up a cup and you join. The meeting of the minds here about your relationship. This 2 of Cups is right next to the Ace of Cups. This is true love. This is real love. These feelings, you've been lovers in another life. All these feelings are coming back. It almost feels like you're both remembering these feelings. They're coming to you. You're feeling them, but these are feelings you've had before for one another. There's a lot of love here. And they're going to want to hand it to you, and you're going to hand it back. Under the Five of Cups is the Two of Wands. Next to this confusion here, and under the disappointment, this is knowing that you have the whole world in your hands. Holding on to that staff, the staff of new beginnings and fresh starts. But you're looking out over the world wondering, you're confused on what direction to go. So you're just kind of standing there wondering what's going to happen next. You know, are you on the right path? Do you need to, you want to move forward. I do know that, but you're not quite sure what direction to go in. There's the Three of Swords, which is next to the Two of Wands. It's hurtful. It's hurtful every time they run out of your life. This is part of the confusion that you feel. They were sneaky, kind of like deceitful. They're holding something back here. This is like lying, stealing, cheating, something like that. And they look back at this relationship and they just run off, and they keep running off. It's hurtful. There might have been somebody else, but if there was, that's not happening anymore. The Wheel of Fortune is changing this whole relationship. I think they're realizing their feelings for you. Feelings, real deep feelings are coming back. There's going to be a lot of communication. This is why I wanted to point out too, this Three of Swords, that's why you're looking out over the world wondering. And this Five of Cups is, what direction you're going to move in. You're going to have to move forward one way or another. Well, there's going to be a lot of communication, texting, Skype, phone calls, through the airways between you and your soulmate. Under that Ace of Cups, it's going to be about the love. It's also going to be about the pain. So back and forth we go on communication. Then under this Two of Wands is a Seven of Wands. So it feels like you've been getting opinions. People love you. They care about you, and they've been trying to give you advice, like on what to do about this situation. They may be telling you to move forward, leave them behind. Her or him. Leave them behind and just move forward. Do what's good for you. But you've been kind of blocking that energy because it's the feelings, it's the love that keeps you hanging in there. And you don't want to block this connection. This connection is so strong that you really don't want to block it. This they want you to block this connection. You don't want to hear that. So next to the Seven of Wands is a High Priestess. This is next to the Seven of Wands and next to that Three of Swords, right under it. This is the card in the tarot deck for intuition and knowing. So it's like if you just pull back that pomegranate curtain, you have the answers that you need within you already. So if you're looking for answers, you have questions, you already know the answers. You can feel them. And pay attention because your intuitions are running really high. So it's about the pain. It's about not wanting to block this connection, but you know, it's about all kinds of things. This High Priestess is right next to the Empress, and this is under all this communication. So the Empress is a card for Libra or Taurus. It can be. We started with Taurus up here. But more importantly, male or female, the Empress is a beautiful energy inside, just like very loving, giving, thoughtful, considerate, generous. I can go on and on. All those beautiful qualities that people should have. You have a lot of them. You may be a parent. If you are, you're a very good parent. Sometimes it can signify a pregnancy, so you know, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. But with the Empress here and next to the High Priestess and under all this communication, this is what's going to be talked about. Be talked about is so when you're the Empress, you need somebody who has a lot of the same qualities that you have in order for this to last. But I think you're finding out, and I think your intuition has been telling you, that the two of you are meant to be together. The two of you, the Wheel of Fortune is taking this relationship, it's advancing it. And I think this third party or this other deceitful energy, whatever it was, why they kept running out of your life, I don't think it's going to stick around, because the Wheel of Fortune would not bring that with you. I'm going to do one shuffle and one extra card for this reading. Yeah, you're moving forward, definitely. We got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, that's moving forward, and it's not a speedboat though, so know that. These are swords of truth and of clarity. With that Six of Swords, let me give you a good look. Those are all, and moving forward with all that truth and clarity. And look, there is a child on the boat, but this is not alone. Being pushed by a pole, no motor. So it's like moving forward, the wheel's doing its job. It's probably the Knight of Wands that's kind of holding things back. The other soulmate, but they're changing. And they're going to be wanting to move forward with you. And it's after all this conversation, you get things out in the open, things cleared up. It's taking these swords with them here on this boat. And so these swords of deceit are turning into swords of truth and clarity, and you're moving forward with your soulmate thanks to the Wheel of Fortune. And probably that pink moon, that full pink moon. So Cancer, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance.